If you look up CAPM on the internet, you'll probably find that it stands for Capital Asset Pricing Model. That's not what we're going to be talking about today. In the context of project management, I'm going to answer the question, what is CAPM? Certified Associate in Project Management. CAPM, Certified Associate in Project Management, is the Project Management Institute's entry-level qualification certification for project managers. If you want to start a project management career and get a great qualification under your belt early with minimal experience but some good solid foundational learning, then CAPM may well be the right qualification for you. It's designed to demonstrate that its holders have the fundamental knowledge, understanding and skills that are expected of a starting project manager. Certification for CAPM is by examination based on the Project Management Institute's Project Management Body of Knowledge, the PMBOK guide, and it lasts for 5 years. After 5 years, you can either become recertified by retaking an exam, or more likely, if you've stayed in project management, you may well have the experience to take a step up to its premier qualification, the PMP, Project Management Professional. The requirements before you take the CAPM exam are light. The prerequisites include an educational requirement of secondary education or diploma level education or whatever is the equivalent in your country or jurisdiction. So that basically means high school plus 23 hours of accredited project management education, which you can gain from a number of sources. And of course, PMI provides it. And we too, through our partnerships, provide PMI accredited training that leads directly and prepares you properly for CAPM exams. More about that in the description below this video. As I said, the exam itself is based on the PMBOK guide, the Project Management Body of Knowledge, and in particular on the key knowledge areas, chapters 1 to 13 of the 6th edition of the PMBOK guide are the current syllabus. The questions are multiple choice questions and they are all factual. There are 150 questions, although the first 15 of them are designed as trial questions and the answers you give do not carry any points nor detract from your score. This means you have to complete 135 scoring questions and the exam duration is 3 hours and you are not allowed to take a break in that 3-hour time period. If you do need to step out, and you're only allowed to do that in a live exam, if you choose the online approach, then you can't do that. If you do need to step out, the clock carries on ticking. The PMI doesn't publish a pass mark for the exam, but you will be notified shortly after completing it whether you have passed or failed. And finally, it's worth noting that the examination is available in 13 languages at the moment. The commonest question I hear about CAPM is, if I don't yet qualify for the PMP exam, is it worth taking the CAPM exam? And the answer to that has to be maybe. It depends entirely upon, firstly, your desire to learn and whether you see the learning this gives you as taking you in the right direction. And secondly, on the job market in, firstly, the place you work, the country you work in, because some countries value PMI qualifications to a higher or lesser degree, and also in the sector you work in. Some industries value PMI qualifications to a greater or lesser degree. If you work in a US jurisdiction or in many global jurisdictions, if you work for a US headquartered company or a company that works with US headquartered companies, then it's likely that CAPM will be a valuable qualification at the start of your career. And the question of whether to do CAPM or whether to do PMP is a foolish one, because they are designed for very different types of people. The CAPM is the entry-level qualification. People who take CAPM are not expected to have much or even any real project management experience, whereas PMP, project management professionals, are required to have a substantial body of project management experience, as well as having to take a much more complex exam. If you are at the start of your career or you want to build your career into the project management direction, then CAPM can be a fantastic stepping stone. It's a quick route to gaining a large amount of knowledge and to testing that you've gained that knowledge properly. It's a sign that you have been tested by a reputable, world-recognized, industry-leading professional body, and it also gives you access to PMI membership. And that is a huge asset in itself because of all of the different assets PMI offers you, and we've done a video about what the PMI is. If you're planning to move on to project management professional when you've got enough experience, then the experience of taking the CAPM exam is very useful because the process is very similar. Plus, of course, you will have the experience of studying and a good amount of the knowledge which underpins the PMP exam under your belt. And of course, the resources you buy to help you learn are resources you'll be able to reuse when you're ready to take your PMP exam. So CAPM can be a valuable qualification or certification for many early career professionals. Understand the job market where you are and where you aspire to be. Understand the content, its strengths and its weaknesses for the type of career you want. And if you do decide to go for it, then CAPM will be an excellent asset to you as a professional and in building your career. I'll put links in the description below to resources not only that we at Online PM Courses can provide to help you with the process, but also the direct resources that PMI provides to help you understand the CAPM and to answer your questions in a definitive way. And because those are hosted on the PMI's website, they will be updated if PMI changes any aspect of the CAPM. If you do choose to go for CAPM, then I wish you good luck. It's a great start to many great project management careers. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to our channel because we'll be producing loads more great project management content. And why not hit the bell so that you're notified as soon as it's available. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.